Hey y'all. So, how are y'all? I see a few of y'all waiting in the comments. I appreciate you. Okay, so welcome to SHERA Star Goddess or SHERA Goddess channel. We're going to be talking about why Valentine's Day is the ultimate day for love, manifesting, or love magic and attraction. So, of course, we're going to have our special guest, Terraine Hicks, on. And
What's up, y'all? Hey, y'all. I'm ready to get into this.
okay, so how's everyone? Y'all ready for some love Valentine's Day manifesting magic occult secrets? Get your pens and papers ready. And y'all welcome Terraine Hicks back. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, I see you got your red and
I
your
don't,
red. I got my pink.
I don't play about that. I don't play about Valentine's Day, man. I, I get all week. Matter of fact, for 2 weeks, I've been in my ritual bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
I, I got my candles, I got my pink, my red, I got my rose oil, got my red wine, I got all this stuff ready too. What you got?
Well, I got Pomba Gira right here above me. I got some roses in the other room. I got rose oil. I got distilled rose oil. I can't wait to get into that.
Oh,
Yeah, and I got some chocolate.
oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so tell us about why Valentine's Day is the ultimate day for manifesting love and attraction.
Well, millions of people every single year are focused on love.
Hmm.
Um, and it's so concentrated that many people are doing a ritual, right? Because chocolate, roses, the focus of love and all of that stuff, that's they're doing magic without even realizing it. So you got this collective group of people, and then the season, everybody's buying stuff and everybody's thinking about love. It's a portal. All of that energy turns into like a vortex. That vortex opens up a portal. People are doing this every single year, right?
Hmm.
So it's just a giant ritual. And because of that, it's the most powerful ritual to focus on love. And anybody who's focusing on love the right way around this time, they're going to manifest their love desires.
Okay, so it's because of all of that energy, like you said. So, best date to do spells or manifest literally Valentine's Day because everybody's thinking about love, relationships, and so what about those people that don't like Valentine's Day though? Like, what are they putting out there in the atmosphere?
Well, they're feeding into it too because if they don't like Valentine's Day, they've probably been cheated on Valentine's Day or something like that. And there's an energy of either love or heartbreak. So you're going to feed that energy either way. That energy is going to influence you either way. Either you going through a breakup, or you got a crush on somebody, or you in a relationship and y'all about to plan like a really really nice date or something like that. But there's no avoiding that energy. All right, there's no avoiding that energy.
What about the whole week up until Valentine's Day or the weekend? You know, uh, near Valentine's Day or like before Valentine's Day usually is when people go out. That whole week you have too because stuff is being bought, thought about, plans are being made. So that whole week seems like it would be good too.
Yeah, there's no mistake about that because most people, they're not gonna do Valentine's Day last minute. They're gonna be thinking about it like from like Monday, right? And today, a lot of people are really into it, and then tomorrow,
Hmm.
everybody's on it. So the week leading up is a buildup, but that is not by mistake. There are spirits at play. And one of the main spirits I want to talk about at play is the spirits of the rose.
Ooh,
There's
yeah.
so many roses being bought right now
Yeah.
that this is no mistake. So the week leading up to is exactly what we're talking about. That's why I got the red on.
Mm-hmm. So I bought a lot of red and pink to wear this month, and I've been trying to wear it just to get that energy going. So do you think that's a good idea too?
Yes, absolutely. Right. This is the season of red. To tap into the frequency is to wear the color red. Right. And like I said, the main energy behind all of this
Mm-hmm.
is the spirits of the rose. Right. The red rose in particular is the energetic spirit at play. This is the most celebrated entity during this time. People just don't know it because the rose is operating in occultism. It is operating in hidden magic, which it always has been. So it's a very deep situation here.
Wow. So what is the spirit of the rose? Like what does it entail? Because that's interesting.
So the spirit of the rose, so for one, the rose have been on the planet for around 56 million years, right? And we know that through rose fossils, right? And this energy, right? The red rose, um, because of we know from the color of red that it emits that it has a very strong passion,
Mm-hmm.
and desire to live and to exude lust, and it had to focus on attraction in order to survive.
Mm-hmm.
The rose had to be very subtle and it had to focus on attraction in order to not go extinct. Right? And the rose has figured out how to conjure up a holiday for itself through being able to, in a very subtle way, manipulate the people, but also the planet Venus,
Mm-hmm.
which is a planet of the red rose, and also the planet Mars
Wow.
are they're in cahoots with this whole thing.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, I have like some Oracle of the Rose cards. You think this would be like something that people could use to do their Oracle readings and stuff
Oh,
near this?
absolutely.
Because it's like,
Oh,
I think you would like these since you like the rose so much. Because
yes.
I don't know if you have them already.
Uh,
I'm gonna put the link down here for anybody that wants them. Hold on.
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
put
I
the link.
definitely want them.
But they go into all the different types of roses and the names, and then there's a little book that comes with it. And
Wow.
depending on which rose you get, in the reading, it's like, it tells you certain things, and it's like a really pretty foiled color on the edge. But yeah, these are really good. And you can even like anoint them with rose oil to give them even more potency, right?
Oh, wow. That's I
That's what I
like that.
feel good.
I like I used to go to a rose garden. Well, I probably go about maybe 2, 3 times a year, and
Hmm.
they got all these exotic roses. And
Hmm.
I started studying the different roses, and I would purchase the different roses to do mix in with some of my Pomba Gira baths.
Hmm.
So those cards kind of remind me of that because that's when I started getting to know the different type of roses that they got. So that
Yeah.
is such an alignment.
And they tell you the type of rose as well, so you could learn about it too. So it's also learning flowers, different roses, and you could do your oracle reading at the same time. And manifest on a higher frequency with anointing them with rose oil.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
So So what do you do? Like what is something that you like to do? I like to do this. The Oracle Rose cards with the little rose and a little red candle or a pink candle going.
All right, so I'm going to give away one of my secrets,
Okay.
and it is rose essential oil.
All right.
Rose essential oil is my thing, right? Um, so the highest vibrational frequency of any plant is the rose, and it emits a frequency of 320 megahertz. And this was discovered through rose essential oil. So when I found out about that, that's my thing during the season, right? So I infused it in all of my ouds
Mm-hmm.
for this season. So I have 3 ouds, and
Mm-hmm.
they are all infused with a lot of distilled rose essential oil. So
Oh,
that's like one of my that's like my main thing right now.
what's the difference between distilled and just regular?
Oh, well, distilled is it's just very, 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 very potent. It's like very, very strong. But
Okay.
the reason we want to go with distilled is because you got some of the DNA of the rose spirit.
Okay.
This is what we can use for alchemy.
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
Mhm. Yeah,
And so you're able to extract the essence or the spirit of the rose with the distillation.
exactly.
Put it in your ouds, which are already highly vibrational. So you're
Right.
stacking that stuff.
Right.
Okay. So that's gonna be real powerful if you're using it to manifest or just to attract in general.
Yes.
Okay,
Indeed.
I don't really need it, but I take it. It can't hurt or nothing.
Yeah.
But I think for young people that are still looking for their partner or their man or their woman, I think they need something like this in their arsenal. You know, just to attract what they're trying to attract.
Yeah, so the seductress of ancient times, the high priestess and the queen,
Hmm.
they all were very deep into this thing with roses. They took a lot of rose baths. They dealt with the raw rose oil. So if they were doing that, why not us do it?
Yes, like it's very royal to smell good, to smell like flowers. That everybody had gardens back then, and I do agree. It's because it's very sensual, potent, and like just highly vibrational, giving you like access to the higher realms,
Right,
of frequency. So why not? Because I think they royalty was supposed to be the closest to the divine as possible. So that's why they were using all that rose to get
right.
closer. Hmm.
Alchemical secrets.
Yep.
Yep.
I heard something about a rose. Um, that they were so potent and they smelled so good that it was some story about some god or something like that. Um, that they had to put thorns on them to remind people that they weren't in heaven, but they were on earth, because that's how heavenly roses smell. So they had to put a thorn on it to wake people up and remind them that they were in the real world.
Yeah, and that leads me to my next thing. The attraction from roses is a lot deeper than people think.
Hmm.
It creates irresistible love or attraction, right? Because it has all the components from the pheromone to the colors, right? So you smell a rose, the the pheromone will release oxytocin, right? Dopamine, and then the color psychologically pulls you in, and that can be dangerous if it's not used properly. So this is intense attraction magic. A lot of people don't know that.
So, I like to drink rose tea because and I like to use rose water. But when I drink rose tea, that's a whole nother level because it's activating your vocal cords, um, your mist, your spittle, or whatever you want to call it. And so when you speak after you drink that rose tea, it's like magic on the ears. You know what I'm saying? To other people. So in a lot of magic spells or love spells, they say to give your lover and yourself rose tea
Hmm.
or
Yep.
mulled
Yep.
wine with roses
Yep.
just in there. So
Hmm.
that's a good thing.
You know, one of the things I come to a realization of that there's no love or sexual magic where there's not a rose involved.
I know.
Like that's how deep this rose thing is.
And like I smell rose everywhere because I have a lot of rose oil and roses all around me. But I have rose gardens, like I say. But the smell I never get tired of it. Like I never get tired of smelling
Yeah.
it. So that's a good thing.
Me either. I know I do a lot of rose baths,
Hmm.
and people always ask why my skin is so clear, and it's just roses and water.
Hmm.
That's it. So that's how powerful this entity, the spirit of the roses, and we celebrate it on Valentine's Day. We're celebrating it right now because everybody's doing their shopping,
Hmm.
right? Um, so it's so influential. But as powerful as the rose is, we tap into that frequency. We become like the rose with the attraction and popularity. So
Hmm.
that's what I want people to tap into with their rituals.
Hmm. So how do you work with the rose spirit? Like that's just the name of it, or do you have a special deity that you equate with the rose besides Pomba Gira, or is that the only one that you equate with the rose right now?
Well, there is a Pomba Gira of the red rose. Her
Okay.
name is Pomba Gira Rosa Vermella, and that means Pomba Gira red rose.
Okay.
So that's the main way I work with the rose through Pomba Gira is that rose spirit of Pomba Gira,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you also have uh Pomba Gira Rosa Negra, right? Pomba Gira of the black rose,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you got Pomba Gira Rosa Caveda, and she's Pomba Gira of the rose skull. So you got a lot of different Pomba Gira spirits who are named after roses. So
Mm-hmm.
because that's already in my practice, I'll just take it there. But
Mm-hmm.
then also Aphrodite, Lilith
Mm-hmm.
is very good with roses and apples. In fact, apples are of the same family of the rose. Apples and pears are the same family of the rose, right? Um, what Heru or Hathor.
Mm-hmm.
That's another way I work with entities as far as the rose spirit. But just speaking to the spirit of the plant, like what you're asking, um, every plant has a spirit. So just speaking to that rose, that individual rose spirit is another great way to connect with the rose. So I do that as well.
Okay. So um do you have altars with roses on it? Like if you put roses on your altar, whatever spirit or thing that you're doing with roses, is it going to amplify it even more?
Oh, absolutely. You can dedicate an altar to any plant,
Mm-hmm.
right? You could dedicate. One time I had an altar dedicated to the coffee spirit or coffee plant. So yeah, just leaving your roses in some water and putting the altar up and dedicating it to the rose,
Mhm.
immediately that spirit will speak to you right away. And just light a white or red candle, and immediately you're gonna have communication.
Really? Okay. So I'm linking some rose tea from my Amazon storefront if y'all wanna check it out. But so if you dab on a little bit of rose oil and you go somewhere, and you're manifesting attraction, like say you were trying to manifest, someone to be attracted to you or come up to you, do you think the rose oil is going to like lure them in, or do you think it's going to like just help you vibrate on a higher frequency so that a lot of things are attracted to you, or is it just going to work on romantics, romantic aspect?
Very good question. It is going to focus on all elements of attraction. If you enchant that rose oil for a specific person, it'll be more focused. But the rose's main thing, other
Hmm.
than the sexual energy, is attraction. So it's going to attract a lot of different things, business
Hmm.
opportunities. It's going to attract favor, right? It's because of that 320 megahertz frequency that it's able to influence so many things. So the bioelectricity or electromagnetic frequency of roses is known to influence humans for attractive purposes in all aspects.
I know I see roses everywhere in occult books. Every time I open one, I see roses everywhere. In the old ancient drawings and the old like alchemical drawings. So what did they know about the rose besides the frequency of it that kept like what does it mean symbolically to the alchemist?
To the alchemists, not only if they had sight, the spirit of the rose would communicate with them.
Hmm.
But like scientifically, they would see the rose more like a living, breathing, magical talisman,
Okay.
right? It's alive. It's showing that it's alive, right? Because if it emits a so the frequency that the rose emits, that 320 megahertz, is triple of any plant.
Hmm.
So the alchemists, when they see the rose, they're like, "Oh yeah, I got living magic here. How can I use this?" Right, and then you can use it in so many different ways.
Okay. I also heard that it also means like um secrets or things that are like untold. I've heard that that's also what it means symbolically when you see like roses above something or at like over something, it means this is in secret. So there's a lot of different messages and symbolism of like rose bushes or roses or whatever. It
So
also represents secrecy.
yeah, so in the mystery schools, like
Hmm.
the Rosicrucian order,
Hmm.
and in the higher Kabbalah degrees, roses are associated with hidden secrets,
Hmm.
higher mysteries, right? And that leads us to other things like specialized entities of seduction, things
Hmm.
like that, right? So yeah, but yeah, roses are a symbol of esoteric secrets. Yep, especially
So
like the rose arch. Whenever you see that rose arch, it's an esoteric mystery.
hmm I see that a lot in a lot of like tarot cards too. Like if you ever like look at the symbolism on a lot of like the older tarot cards, there's lots of roses in the
Mhm.
symbolism.
Yep.
So what can you like are you offering any love like workings or spells or products?
Of
This
course. Of course. So I'm doing we're gonna do 7 Pomba Giras. All of the rose Pomba Giras. I named 3, but we actually have 7, right? And we're gonna have the black rose, the red rose. We're gonna do like Pomba Gira love baths. We're gonna do love magic, very intense love magic. Infatuation magic. So my love magic workings work, but they work most during this season. So if anybody's interested, text me.
Okay. And I put your number in the description bar.
Yeah. Text me right away.
You want me to give the number? I could type it in.
Yes. Yeah, let's type it in. 917 605 1469. Text me now, y'all, because people go crazy about these spells during this time. So if you text me now, I'm going to take care of y'all.
Okay. Do you do self-love spells to like love yourself more? Because there's a lot of people out here that don't love themselves.
That's a good question. Absolutely, because a lot of people that are single, especially if they get a consultation with me in the love area, that's the first thing that I suggest that they work on. Love yourself first. Experience that. That way you know your value. And because you know your value and you love yourself, you're going to emit a frequency in which you're going to attract someone to you that loves you. Right? So yeah, self-love is, yeah, I do those rituals. Yes, absolutely.
I think people should get that before they get anything, and then do a love ritual, because once you're vibrating on a higher frequency of self-love, like you said, it's going to attract someone that actually loves you or wants to love you or bring love into your life, because you're going to attract it. Yeah. So I think everyone should literally get a self-love spell, even if you ain't got nobody.
Even if you have someone, even if you're in a good situation, you still got to remember to love yourself first. So I agree with that, because if we don't love ourselves, we will end up neglecting ourselves.
I agree.
So, yeah.
So I know it's easy, like, for a woman to love. I don't know if it's easier for a man or a woman to love themselves, but how do men love themselves? Like, what do y'all do to like practice like self-love? Like, I don't know, because
men exfoliate, men go to bathhouses, gentlemen, we get massages, you know what I'm saying? We upkeep ourselves, right? We go shopping for nice clothes and things like that. That's the man's version of self-love.
Okay, so you take care of yourself so that you're easier to love. Basically. Well, that's the same thing that women do, but it's also caring for yourself so others can, see your value, your worth, and that you actually care for yourself, so that they care for you. So it's common sense, basically.
Yep.
And what do you do mentally as a man to practice self-love? Like, what do you tell yourself? I'm just curious. I'm doing research.
You doing research?
Yeah.
Well, I like to pat myself on the back a lot after I work hard. I like to celebrate myself. I celebrate the smallest bit of success that I have with something. I celebrate right away.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I take myself out to eat by myself for every small milestone. So that's my ritual.
That's good, because a lot of people don't celebrate others enough. So we got to celebrate ourselves.
Exactly. Right.
So yes, I think self-love spells are definitely a must for anybody. And Valentine's Day, rose oil is definitely the time to heighten that, because there's, like you said, a lot of love. So if there's a person that's having problems with self-love or knowing their value, Valentine's Day is also the perfect day to get your love spell work or love manifesting done
Yep,
for yourself.
that's right.
Those of y'all who don't have a Valentine, you could be your own Valentine.
Yeah, try that first. Try
Yes.
that first.
And what, like, okay, so what does your perfect Valentine's Day look like? Like, as a sorcerer, what you gonna on Valentine? What you gonna be doing the night before, the day of, the morning? Like, what's your rituals look like on that day?
All right, so maybe like 500, $700 worth of roses.
Ooh,
Right, I got to do a big ritual.
okay,
Right.
I know your
Of
love you.
Yeah. Of course, sex magic is involved.
Okay.
Right. Um, chocolate. Like I like real high quality Belgium chocolate.
Hmm.
That's a thing because chocolate is an aphrodisiac, and chocolate is linked to the cacao spirit. And I'm gonna give y'all another secret: ceremonial cacao, right? Because cacao makes chocolate. So
Hmm.
ceremonial cacao, you can order it online, right? And if you consume a brew of ceremonial cacao on Valentine's Day, I'm telling you, it's going to open your heart up. So there's going to be a lot of roses. There's going to be some ceremonial cacao. There's going to be some Belgium chocolate, and then of course I'm gonna make the aesthetics look a certain way. As you can see, I got like a lot of red light. So I like things to look good.
Okay.
And then the icing on the cake is the sexual magic, right?
Mm.
Because through the studies that they did in ancient Kemet or ancient Egypt was that sexual magic was the most powerful rituals that you can do as far as manifestation and spiritual elevation. So that's my Valentine's Day in a nutshell.
Okay. What about during the day when you're just walking around? Just like, what you doing? What are you thinking about, or what are you manifesting? What are you
I am
wearing?
think I am thinking about that night, and I'm mentally prepping myself because I need to pull off a very strong ceremonial ritual. So it's like I'm getting ready for a performance. But if I'm outside during the day, I'm watching everybody walking around with these roses in their head,
Hmm.
right? And teddy bears and all that, and chocolates. And I'm watching the people, I'm watching the ritual very similar to Halloween when everybody has a costume on. And I'm like, yeah, look at this energy. So it's the same thing in Valentine's Day. So I'm observing everything. And if I witness energy that I like, I'm absorbing that energy
Hmm.
because I need as much of that energy as I can get for that night. Because I'm doing a ritual that night. You know,
Yes. Yes. Okay. So Terraine's info is in the description bar and already. And I just put his phone number up there. Y'all could text him. Give him the phone number again. It's 9.
917
Uh-huh.
605
Mm-hmm.
1469. Text me now and let me know you came from a SHERA, and I will take care of y'all. Because I get a lot of texts during this time, but I got something special for y'all because a SHERA is my people.
So, okay. So let's say somebody wants to do a love spell with you. What do they have to give you in order for you to put your love spell or love spell ritual in play for them?
I need that one. First thing I need is their picture,
You need a
right?
pick. Okay.
I need their picture. I need their full name. I need a description of what they want. So everybody text me that because I got to do a reading, right? I use my calorie shells and do a reading to see if I can pull it off. If my Pomba Giras let me know, the spirits that I work with, if they let me know that I can pull it off, then we take, we go to the next level. Because
I got mine.
every spell is not guaranteed success. Oh, you go. See,
You know I got it.
SHERA's an occult master over there.
I got a lot of stuff up here, y'all. Just tell me what I grabbed something. I got it.
Right.
Look what else. I got.
Oh, yeah.
Every corner of my house.
Yep. So I gotta see if I could pull it off first, because one of the reasons my spells have a very high success rate is because if the spirits tell me it's a no, I can't do it. So that's all I need is the information, the description, and just to make sure you're not trying to do nothing crazy. Like, some people is like, yeah, I want to take this guy away from his wife, and I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, if it don't happen naturally, it ain't supposed to.
Yeah, it ain't even worth it.
Okay, so what have you done? Like, let's hear some stories, some success stories of your spell work, because I want to know, like, have you heard people tell you like last Valentine's Day you done did something for somebody? What's the results?
I got a lot of testimonials right now where people have gotten married in like a year or two after I've done a spell. So I like those testimonials, because when they get married, they send me like the pictures. Like sometimes people have even invited me to weddings, right? So that's like those are my favorite success stories. But also a lot of times, um, men, they get scared or they get nervous about love, and the right spell can kind of reel them back in. So I'm very good with that type of thing. I think that's like my specialty. Like that guy, he might be like, it appears that he might be ghosting or more distant. I have the magic to pull him right back, right?
Why do they get scared though? What's so scary?
Well, like when a guy opens up his heart, um, he he's very vulnerable, and if you break his heart, you will destroy him. And I think a lot of women don't understand the dynamics behind how guys are built when it comes to heartbreak, right? Uh, Men cannot handle heartbreak. They can't. They pretend like they can, but they can't. So yeah, that's what it is.
So this will make them more brave to face the risk, because that's what love really is. It's like risk. Like you risk vulnerability.
Yeah, you gotta magically reel them back in, and once you reel them back in, you got them, because they're all the way open. Now, how do we reel them back in? The magical secret is opening up the heart, right? And it takes skill to open the heart up, right? It takes skill, but it's doable. Everybody's heart can be opened up. There's no one that's walking the earth that their heart can't be open. You just got to know the formula for that particular person.
And does the scent or the essence of rose oil or whatever, plus your spell work, does that help with the heart chakra as well?
Absolutely, because it emits a frequency of heart. Yes. Right? In Vedic science, we call it the Anahata chakra, or they say the heart chakra.
Mm-hmm.
That chakra is it's psychic. It's very delicate. It can see ahead of time, but once you got that chakra of a person hooked in, you got their loyalty for forever, for life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really hard to get that part of the spirit.
So you think like a ritual on Valentine's Day or near Valentine's Day using your ritual, your method with roses is going to help open a lot of people's heart chakra that may be guarded,
Oh,
because I
absolutely.
know a
Yeah.
lot of people are guarded, and
Yeah.
I try to do love spells on them forever, and it's not working. But if you're saying on Valentine's Day, it's more powerful because everybody is focused on love, so you can harness that energy and just like, push it out into that person who is just so guarded. I think that's what you're trying to say, right? Because
Yes. And
somebody who
yes. So
love spells on whoever is not, feeling it, or just like you're so guarded. You ever met somebody just so guarded? Valentine's Day
right.
is the day to get at them.
I'm saying yes, 100%, because I have the skill. So a lot of people are getting love spells done, but they're probably doing their own spells, or they're probably working with somebody who doesn't have that skill down. You know what I'm saying? And even if you don't get work from me, I want to let everybody know that's getting love work done. Love work is the hardest work.
How long you been doing this? I know people want to know.
Man, I don't know. I'm 35 now. Since I was 19.
Oh wow.
It's a minute. You need somebody that's experienced.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult work, but I have the skill, but I also have a passion for it. Right. So this is my bread and butter.
Mm-hmm. So you have to be good at what you do. So ain't nobody coming back.
Right. Right.
Because your
Right.
reputation, you know.
Exactly.
So you got to be good.
Exactly. Right.
You know. That's that's something to celebrate. How good you are. I celebrate myself a lot too, but not. I celebrate more with like, um, shopping. But I do understand that, and someone was asking in the comments about self-love, and we had talked about that earlier. So he explained to me what self-love looks like on a man, like what they do, because I really didn't really know too much, but for women, like what do you have to what do you have for women who need to express their self-love because they just can't attract anyone? Like what do you do beauty rituals? Do you do anything like on that level?
Oh
For,
yeah, absolutely.
you think
You know,
beauty smells on Valentine's Day is good?
intense glamour magic.
Uh-huh.
Like the red lipstick, red nails, right? The very exquisite perfume. Glam magic, especially like glam magic in the mirror with like a candle on Valentine's Day. Yeah, that'll do some things. Absolutely.
Okay. Someone says, is it pick me to use Spellwork to get his heart open? Not if it's gonna get his wallet open after. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If this is blocking the wallet, you got to get this open too.
you know.
I
Uh,
always like, on my other channel, I tell women to deal with guys that like them a lot more, which is, their
mhm,
heart chakra literally has to open for them to actually like them more.
mhm.
So when a man likes you more and he lets his guard down, it's easier to get him to spend money on you because he values you, right?
Right. If y'all focus on the heart, the money's gonna come because he values you, like she said,
Mm-hmm.
right? So just get the hard part out the way. Get to that heart. Y'all gotta get in there. Sometimes it takes work because a lot of us have traumas, right? But it's worth it. Mhm.
So if you wanted to remove like past heartache, like let's say somebody had a bad breakup, do y'all do that too?
Absolutely. One of the entities we work with for that is Cupid. A lot of
Cute,
people don't.
fly
A lot
boy.
of
That's my song. But
Cupids are real entities.
Cupid is a real entity.
That's right.
I have Cupid statues, and
Well,
figurines, or are they cherub? Is Cupid a cherub, or why do they make that god a cherub? Is it the same thing? Is it something different?
Yeah, yeah. No, it's the same thing. Hmm. Hmm. And there's many cupids. They're like fairy spirits,
Mm-hmm.
and they come from uh, a very intense place where the love frequency itself comes from, and they deal with making people fall in love. They deal with everlasting love. They also deal with heartbreaks. They can break the heart. They can heal the heart. So they operate in extremities of love.
Okay.
They
So
they
if
Yep.
you want to work with Cupid,
Mhm.
is that very strong? Like I
Oh
know
yeah,
the name for Cupid is arrows,
yeah.
which is what?
Arrows, dessert, chocolate. Arrows on the altar is very good. Cupids are around us a lot during Valentine's Day. Their energies, the portals opening up, so they come around a lot more. Um, they're very high vibrational entities, but they also can be very dangerous for people who have not so good intentions because they only operate in extremities,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because cupids can attract fatal attractions, right? So yeah, but yeah, I work with Cupid a lot during this time.
Okay. Well,
Hmm.
they even have songs about Cupid that you could just play, like the one I was
Yep.
just when I was young. I used to sing that song all the time for my about my crush.
Hmm.
And you know, they came through. It came through just by singing the
E-
song.
even the energy of a crush,
Mm-hmm.
that's all Cupid energy right there. The extremities of attraction and love. So those are very secret degrees of occult science. And I feel like y'all should get into that because the rabbit hole is very deep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I see a lot of people in here asking, what about people? Because I've had a few people, not too many, but a few people ask me about how to get rid of stalkers and people that are like obsessed with them. Can you work with Cupid on that?
Yes. So, like I said, the extremities to bring love, everlasting love, to get rid of people, to break hearts, to heal the heart, to break the heart. Right. So if you got someone you're binded to, Cupid is a very good energetic. Right. Some of the Pomba Giras are very good energetics to break those unhealthy attachments.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you are binded to the wrong people, and being binded that way is a form of slavery. So around this time, y'all probably should definitely break those bonds.
Do you do that?
Absolutely.
So what is bound and they don't know? Like if somebody's bound, they don't know, or they just feel like they are, or they can't just get over somebody, you think they're bound?
uh, uh,
Especially if it's
sometimes.
practice magic or something.
Yeah. Especially if you got a sorcerer. So the thing with bindings is a lot of people think that a person has to be very good in magic to bind you. That person's spirit or their ancestral spirit or whatever can bind you. So the person doesn't even have to practice, know magic, even care for magic, and they still can have you binded. That person's spirit can still have you binded. So I want some of y'all to be open to that possibility because
So
I come across that a lot.
they could say something like, "You're never going to be with somebody else. I'm only the one that's going to love you, and you're never going to find someone better than me." That's almost like a binding curse.
Oh, we call that spell working. So if someone does that to you while having sex, if you don't want that, you better denounce it and get them off of you.
There's
Because
a lot of
that stuff,
blinding people these days, but just
yeah, people do it to each other unknowingly.
yeah.
All right. So be careful with that, y'all, because that stuff is real.
Someone
Mhm.
said they ex Dusty keep telling them that.
Yeah. you probably want to do some spell work to that. The Dusties, they'll get you like that.
You need a dust exorcism. That's what you need.
I'm going to make a spray called dust spray.
Dust repellent,
Dust
dust
repellent.
spray, dust demon exorcism spray.
We should collab with something like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Because like when you don't have nothing else, you try to hang on to whatever you could hang on to, and that desperate energy is strong.
Yeah. It works. It works sometimes though, right? Because we are all spiritual beings.
Mm-hmm.
So, you don't have to be very well versed in magic to have sex with someone and you're never going to leave me. You're never going to leave me. You spell working that person and then boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of y'all need to get that dust off of y'all.
You can help with the anti-dust.
Yeah. I
know.
can fix that. Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, someone says that they are like, I'm just gonna say you're doing stuff by yourself. You know what I mean? They're doing stuff.
Mhm.
I'm just let you read it. They're doing stuff by themselves, and they said that they've reached the pinnacle to get in touch with angel type entities. Any tips, like self-love, like in the physical sense? I don't want to get censored, but
Right.
she's saying she touching herself to get in touch with angelic energies.
That's a real thing because if you get into orgasmic frequency, you will pierce other dimensions, and especially if you're by yourself, there's a high chance that you'll see other things and communicate with other things. If you want to go deeper into that, plant medicine is a route. Psilocybin mushrooms, DMT, things like that. That's a route. So
Mhm.
that's a little tip right there.
So if you do those things, what can you do? You just going to open up another higher frequency, or are you going to be more aware of stuff? Like what's going to happen?
You would pierce into another dimension, and you'll be able to communicate for a longer time and more tangibly with those type of entities if she's already kind of seeing them,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay. So what does it feel like? I don't know if you've done it, but she's like, she says she's pierced, or can she pierce?
Yeah.
Is that like an opening of a third eye almost type of feeling, or what?
Something like that, yeah, right. And she's probably in something that we call a pleasure realm, right? There's realms where you experience pleasure like the whole entire time. But us as humans, or orgasmic states can bring us there, but not for long, right? So she's probably gotten able to pierce into a pleasure realm for a period of time. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the real thing. It happens.
Okay. So what kind of magic can you do with that?
All sorts of money magic,
Money magic. Okay.
manifestation, money magic. You could do a lot. If you get anywhere near a realm like that, you can manifest a lot of money. You can manifest anything, right? So the orgasmic state automatically sends us into realms. In more ancient times, a lot of the queens would go into the orgasmic states to get counsel from deities and do divination readings and things like that.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I never knew that. So to get so if you're, what about men? Same thing?
Same thing with guys as well. But the women would be more, they would be able to sit in those realms longer. And the guy's job would be solely to get pleasure to woman so that she could sit in those high realms.
Is that why back in the old days in the SHERA temples, or the temples where they worshipped certain deities, they were like doing the do? with like people to keep that energy going?
Yes,
It was
because
like,
because when they
oh,
would go in those high realms,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
when
I
they
was
would,
look, and it
yeah,
literally said all of those things that you're saying.
yeah, yeah, but when they would go in those high realms, then they would get so much insight from these high beings on how to run their kingdom. They would get like very good creative ideas and things like that. So when they would come back from them realms, they would go, let's go deeper into this, right? And this is where orgies and things came from, because so much creativity came from piercing into these realms. But everyone didn't have the talent to do it. So when they found somebody who had the talent to do it, it was like whatever you gotta do to pleasure that person so that they can come back with this information.
Okay, so they're trying to get to higher realms, and those people are just there to assist them in pleasurable ways. Okay,
Yes.
so that's what the sacred whore came from,
A
or
lot of
temple of certain
the
goddess.
the seductress and all the sexual rites and things like that. That's where a lot of that came from. It was a lot of substance behind all of these things.
Hmm. Okay, Katrina is asking about the jasmine flower. Also, for Valentine's Day, is there any like things you can do with jasmine flowers or rituals on a beach? Because she says she's near a beach.
Yeah, so jasmine flower is very good. Remember, the number one is the rose. Jasmine flower is good. Um, seashells. If you're near the beach, jasmine flower is great. Seashells. Collect some seashells, because the beach has very strong love energy because of the water and all of those water goddesses. All those water goddesses, mermaids, a lot of sexual energy,
Hmm.
passion,
Hmm.
right? Um, the beach is great for manifesting everlasting love and long-term relationships. So if you want to be in a romantic situation forever, we use a lot of magic at the beach. So
Hmm.
that's a good, yeah, you got a good formula right there.
You could do, in my opinion, you could do like a magic spell or do your little spell work, throw it into the sea. Whoop.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, that always works,
I don't know
right?
who I don't know who this one is for. Hopefully it's for the right person.
It's
um
it
that's a joke. That's a joke. But yeah, if you throw something into the sea, all the waves, the frequency, and the water energy, the water goddesses would definitely help that. So
yeah, yeah. And after you throw it into the sea, go eat some good seafood afterwards.
mhm.
Because that keeps you in the frequency of the beach and the water.
And if you are plant-based, eat some seaweed,
I didn't
right?
even think of that.
Yeah, because like they got
Yeah,
vegetarian sushi with the seaweed wrap and all that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. True,
I know somebody
true.
was gonna say it because
I've never even thought of that. That is such a good idea.
I take supplements like kelp, um, algae, and all that kind of stuff too.
Hmm.
It's like good for your iodine and all that kind of stuff. But you could also incorporate into your diet, like you said, instead if you don't eat seafood, you just like eat sea plants.
Yep.
Hmm. So somebody said sea moss, but okay. So do you do any? Okay, so I know you said you was talking about mermaids and stuff. We're Pisces. We have that water energy. What can we do with water? Because I know a lot of people live by the beach. Do you do any water rituals, like ever?
Yeah, I just did one about 2 weeks ago.
Hmm.
Right. So And it was for love, right? So we have a Pomba Gira of the beach. Her name is Pomba Gira de Praia.
Mm-hmm.
And we do sigils for the entity on the sand,
Okay.
right? But one of the things y'all can do, if Aphrodite or Lilith, I know Lilith has a sigil, right? Heru has a sigil. Freya, uh, even the planet Venus, there's a sigil called the Dark Venus. You do that sigil on the sand, right? You light blue candles because you need the energetic of beach,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you would focus your intention, leave offerings like seashells, and very powerful. And it's even more powerful if you could do it like on Valentine's Day or like a full moon or something like that.
Okay. I like that.
Mhm.
What about if you're on a boat? Because like a lot of people are taking cruises for Valentine's Day. What could you do if you're at sea?
So at sea, on a boat, is very powerful because the waves alone, the waves is a spirit, right? And it is the waves rocking back and forth, the ebb and flow of the waves. As you connecting to that ebb and flow, you're also connecting to all water entities, from mermaids and all of that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
also, if you believe in it, the entities at the bottom of the ocean, or the hidden, the entities in other dimensions at the bottom of the ocean. But it would be the frequency, it would be the connection to the waves as you're on the water that would even be pulling you to those dimensions.
Mm-hmm. So is it even more powerful if you're at sea?
Absolutely. Because you're in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
At sea, you're in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
You're in another dimension.
Wow. I got married on a yacht.
Yeah, that's so cool. And you still married.
Yeah, 18 years in next week.
And this is why we say the beach energy is connected to everlasting love. So
Mm-hmm.
the proof is in the pudding. You said 18 years?
18 years. 18 years.
That's hey, that's what's up. Hey, one plus eight is 9. So that's completion.
Right? It's crazy. It's
Hey,
crazy.
that's cool.
I know. It's like that's a whole adult 18. But yes, we got married by a sea captain on a yacht in
You,
February.
you said
On
a sea captain?
yes, a few days
So
about like our February 11th. So it's
okay.
like a few days from Valentine's Day.
So anyone with
Oh, and our flower was
Mm.
the red rose, and
Y'all
our color
see?
in white.
The proof is in the pudding. Anyone with a profession at sea
Hmm.
is connected to the beach energy.
Hmm.
So that's wow. That everything you just said was in magical alignment. The sea captain of Red Rose, married at sea, and still married.
Yep. And that's back when I ate like food, like meat and stuff. So we had shrimp and seafood as the dinner.
Straight occult operation right there. Wow.
Hmm. And my maid of honor was also a Pisces, was my sister. She was my maid of
Mm,
honor. She was also a Pisces.
mm.
A lot of water energy and a lot of, you know, all of that. So I didn't even like, I wasn't even, I guess it's just subliminal or subconscious that I put all that together.
Yeah, I think that sometimes if you're in the right frequency,
Hmm.
everything lines up ritualistically.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's probably another thing we could discuss. Like, how did some of you all get married, and what is the state of your relationship? Like what? Like were there even components, as SHERA mentioned? Because if not, that's probably why you getting a divorce. You gotta look at all the elements.
And yeah, the water is, I think, very high frequency, and roses, all of that stuff that we were talking about. And we had the chocolate cake and the regular wedding cake, because the groom's cake there is chocolate. So we had all the stuff that you were talking about at our wedding. And then like the sea captain, and then we had a DJ. So then you're gonna add the music and love songs on the water, so it's like even
In ancient Angolan magic, the beach, the water is considered the ancestral realm. So they would have considered you married in the ancestral realm. So that's even more powerful. That is cool.
So you think, what about beach weddings? Is that powerful too? Because some people get married on the beach, some people get married on a boat, some people get married.
Absolutely.
On the Little Mermaid, she got married on a boat too.
Yeah, I think beach weddings are cool or are worth it. Beach, I would say the two most powerful weddings would probably be beach weddings, or if you could get married in the woods. Magically, those two places.
Okay, that's a good idea. So if you want to renew your vows because you didn't get married somewhere magical, you should renew your vows in one of those places, right?
Yes.
It's not too late.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people say, "Oh, I got married at the city hall," or "I got married here," or "I got married there." No, go redo your vows in a magical place and see what happens.
City hall, you're getting divorced.
Oh my gosh, that's probably why my mom been married 5 times. I mean, that's not funny, but
Yeah.
yeah, you need something magical.
Yeah.
So what about proposals? Okay, you want somebody to propose to you, you got spells for that. I know all these women always asking me, how do I get a man to propose to me? And I say, he has to want to propose. You can't just force somebody to propose, especially if they're really young. Like you said, they're not ready, they're scared, whatever. So do you have any like proposal magic or something, some tips or some hints you can give to women if they've been with somebody for some years and they still ain't got a ring?
Okay, so I got a couple tips. Yeah, of course I do magic for that, but my tips will work in conjunct with the magic. One is to wear the color red a lot more frequently, right?
Yeah, I think that's true because like, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm just gonna give them a little of my experience. Before I was married, red was requested a lot in my wardrobe. But to the person I'm married to, they're like, I don't know why.
There's something called the red dress effect, right? Where women who wear red more are desired a lot more, and they're sought after more intensely, even in a relationship. It's called the red dress effect. Red. So if you want to get proposed to, wear more red.
He ain't lying.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm not even joking. I had red dresses, I had red everything, like whatever. And they would like, I would get treated so much better, more attention, more money spent, all of that. And it's just like, and even if you give them a choice, should I wear this one or that one? They're always gonna pick the red. The man always gonna pick the red.
Right. So I looked into some of the psychological studies on why wearing red is so attractive, and it goes into so many things as far as dopamine levels and serotonin, oxytocin. It goes into even nature. So men who see red on a woman, but our cue to nature is that that person is to be sought after. So red is going to work like 100% of the time. So that's a good tip right there to be proposed to. Wear a lot more red and wear pheromone.
Yes. And I like some people are asking about pink. Wear pink after. Wear pink after you got the bag, after you got the man, after you got the wear it
Yes.
after.
Pink is unconditional love. Pink is the frequency of unconditional love. But I gotta reel you in first. So I love that you said that, SHERA. Right? After I'm already married and I want to be in this thing for like forever, that's pink. But I need to get you. I need to pull you in. Red is the only color that is known to consistently be able to do that.
That's true. And so, like, that's true about the unconditional love and the pink and, like, you know, gentle love, unconditional love. But red is the one that's gonna get that ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
The red is the one that's gonna get them there.
Yep.
So when I was younger, I wore a lot of red. By only because, like, I knew what it could do. I knew the power of red. I had red nails, red dress, you know, red lipstick, and I would go out and just that Tupac song, All Eyes on Me, like literally, you know, everybody just pay attention to red when it walks into the room. So red is your color. Red roses, red, red, red.
You know, I got the colorful light bulbs. I could change them to any color. And I really got it originally because I wanted my entire house and bedroom to be bright red because of the rituals that I was doing.
You trying to do the red light special?
Yes. That's where I'm going with it. Right? Especially on Valentine's Day.
If y'all
I've been able to do some magic with that.
Tell them about the red light special. It's a song.
They know about red light special.
If y'all don't look it up. Red light special song.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Me too. I mean, it's like it's very original and like nobody had ever done nothing.
That's in the top 5. Yeah, red light special. Yeah.
I was like, I was too young for the red light special when it came out, but I was singing it.
But even the energetic of the red light district, very ancient. It's a very old science behind that, right? And the woman who came up out of the red light district that were madams and all of that stuff, they got into like royal empires. They would start off as like a lady of the night, and then 2-3 years later, they'd be in a palace.
I saw that on one of those shows on like HBO or something, where the king had a special friend because his you know the was no longer, and his special friend was one of the ladies of the night, and she got title and everything. She got to stay in the castle, she got title. So
yeah,
that's true.
That's the story of Maria Pagilia, the Pomba Gira story, right? And there were many other women who followed after that energetic. They would be a lady of the night, they turn into a mistress, and then before you know it, they'll overthrow the queen.
It's an archetype.
Yep.
Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So it's an archetype, and it's throughout most religions, most like epic stories. Like even the Jesus story has the same thing, you know, the Mother Mary Magdalene, all of that. So it's all. Why do you think that is? What do you think is so special about that dynamic or that archetype? Because I know you work with Pomba Gira, so what is so special to create that dynamic, and why do so many people shame certain types of women when they are redeemed into divinity or royalty?
A lot of the shame comes from that they didn't have the heart to do that,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of the women who were able to pull this off and obtain the power, they went against the grain of society,
Mm-hmm.
and they still prevailed to be on top. A lot of the women who fit into that archetype, they move in a way that appears to be undefeated,
Mm-hmm.
right? And society goes against them, and they still end up in the royal palace,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then, like I said, a lot of times they were like a mistress or something like that. Society hates that, right? But these women, no matter how much shame or hate or whatever you threw at them, they still had power, right? And a lot of people that sit on the sidelines, they hate that, right? But what's so powerful about it, or why it's so powerful, is because those women are moving in an energetic of the rose.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the rose been around for 56 million years.
Because think about it. If you was a lady of the night or whatever you want to call yourself, they literally used magic. They literally used
Oh yeah.
oil, tinctures, roses, flowers, perfumes. And so they were heavily perfumed because of their job. And so, like, that would literally open the man's heart chakra, like you said,
Yep.
to listen and to sympathize and want to elevate
Yep.
those women.
Yep. Yep. A lot of the royalty in like medieval times, the kings were very ruthless, and they took that lady of the night to open that king's heart chakra.
Mm-hmm.
And after she opened that king's heart chakra, he listened to anything she told him to do, because she focused on getting that heart chakra open. Everyone else did everything else, and it didn't work. And that's I'm telling y'all, ladies, go for the heart chakra. But patience is key, right? And you gotta visualize yourself as an ancient seductress that is going into the royal kingdom soon. That you gotta role play with that.
And that's something that I teach, like find your archetype, learn about the types of goddesses or archetype that you want to exude, and use that in your everyday. You know what I'm saying? Like find out what flowers or oils or foods or whatever is associated with a seductress goddess and emulate that, because that's what you're going to become. And I know that's what you teach as well, because like Pomba Gira, of course, one of the ultimate seductresses. So definitely look into different, archetypes to accomplish that, and don't be ashamed of it. It's magical and it works, and it's been since the beginning of time.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
why we're all here.
That's right.
Okay, that's why we all here. And a lot of people put shame upon certain practices, magic, certain types of women, but shaming is just what someone said, a projection of them not being able to accomplish certain things, like you said.
And a lot of you that feel like you're being shamed, y'all can use that energy, right? I love the people that take in the shame and turn it, right? Kind of like vampirism, right? Because it don't matter if it's good or bad energy going to you. It's energy. You can use it.
Yes.
Just like there's no such thing as bad publicity. So become an alchemist, You take it from one state and change it into another. So yeah, let them shame you. Enjoy it and flip it, and then before you know it, you will be in a very good state in life because you had taken that energy to manifest, to make money. You know what I'm saying? To obtain power.
Mhm. You know, I also think that's why they're also uplifting that archetype right now. You know, in the industry, because
Exactly.
people are understanding now that you can accomplish a lot just
Yep.
by embracing your natural, archetype or your
Yep.
whatever. And everybody likes it. There's no negative side to it except if that's not your focus or if you don't have a cause.
Right.
That's every time you do
Mhm.
magic or every time you focus on something, you need a cause. You need a,
Yes.
a goal.
That's right.
Hmm.
That's right.
So, like, think about this. You got all these entertainers, all these women, artists, whether they're singers or rappers, and basically they're giving off this sexual energy that's absorbing or pulling in frequency, which equates to money eventually. Because if they were fully clothed like me up to here, nobody gonna listen to what they singing about or
Exactly.
about. They have
Right.
to they have to pull you in.
Right.
And
It.
a lot of times in order to be pulled in, you got to be pulled in with something like lust or
Right.
attraction.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
gotta like what you see. And so attraction spells, lust
Hmm.
spells, and love spells done simultaneously upon each other. How powerful is that?
Exactly. And it's alchemy. Um, a lot of these government agencies,
Hmm.
like the CIA, they train spies on all of the things that we're talking about right now because it's
Somebody
that
asked me
effective.
about the CIA. I laughed at them. I'm like, what? Oh, they hired me. By that
I can see why they would ask that though, because the things that you teach is that's some of the things that you learn in the CIA.
yeah, they don't make enough money.
That's true. That is true.
No, someone literally asked me that, and I was shocked. I'm like, "Am I?" Stupid? No, I'm still April. Okay, go on.
No, but it works. See, I think the one of the reasons I'm passionate about this science that we're talking about is because it works 100% of the time,
Hmm.
and it's worked for thousands of years, as far as we know.
If it
So
ain't broke,
that's
fix it.
yeah, that's what I love about this science more than anything. Is how effective it is.
Hmm. And it is because, like, even if you are, even if you do a love spell, a binding spell, a lust spell, you're gonna see something. You're gonna see something, whether it's a little bit or to the extreme. Like, depending on who you work with, who doing your work, if you know what you're doing, but you're gonna see something.
Right. Um, I love when I'm watching a movie
Hmm.
and I'm watching the archetype of the seductress. Right. There's something masterful about that person who has like the love sachets and the perfumes and moving with all of the couth and all of that to get the things that they need. I really like that imagery because I'm looking at a sorcerer.
And you work with lots of ladies that exude some of that type of energy in your rituals sometimes, right?
Yes, the Pomba Gira coven,
He's working
right?
with women. He's getting that feminine, divine feminine energy as well. Like he works with women, not just by himself, right?
That's right.
So a lot of people don't
Right.
know that. You're new, so you got to tell them.
Yeah, I have a lot of witches that I've trained, right?
Mhm.
And it's a coven called the Pomba Gira Coven. And we do these magical workings full time. So this is what I do full time. I don't have no other job nowhere else. Every other week, we're in like a mansion doing spells. So this is the lifestyle. And yeah, I'm gonna be doing this for the rest of my life.
Okay, so how fun is that? Just to wake up and say, my job is just to do spells.
It's surreal.
Did you
Because like,
always dream of that?
yeah, I did. And then it feels like you're in a movie, to be honest. Like, right, I never want to I never want to leave that experience. But it took me a lot of work to get here though. I've been at this since I was 19.
Hmm.
I had a coven since I was 19. So a lot of years of trial and error, a lot of years. And then finally I got this thing cultivated to where I wanted it. So I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that.
Hmm. And now your dream has come true.
The dream has come true.
Isn't it wonderful to live your dream?
It is. It is wonderful to live your dream. I just don't know any shortcuts. You
And then,
know, a, a lot of people, well, quite a few people, I know they try to imitate me, or they want to know how I do what I've been able to accomplish. And one of the things I try to tell them is like, I've had to work hard to get here.
mhm,
So I don't want people to skip that step.
right. A lot of people don't see that. Like they don't see how long people have been doing certain things, how much work they put into it, how consistent they've been. They just hear somebody pitching whatever they're pitching, but they don't see the past. They don't see the hard work. They don't see the consistency. And that's a lot of people see that, overnight success type thing. And that's just not true because we've been here too long.
Yeah, yeah. We've been doing this for a minute, especially like with our YouTube channels.
Hmm.
Like, yeah,
12 years for mine.
wow. I think
Hmm.
it's around 10 or 11 years, something like that for me.
So it's been a while. It's just sometimes people don't really see you until they're ready to see you or until it's time to see you. But it's a good thing that you have the experience behind it and also, the knowledge that you've acquired through all these years and the wisdom because that's kind of rare these days because people getting their facts on TikTok.
Or Chat GPT.
Yeah. So, like, so one of like occult books. I found some of my occult books in my library that I have that are worth so much money now that I paid pennies for or just a few dollars for back in the past. So there's a lot of occult books that are, rare and the prices are going up. Stuff you could get like 5 years ago for like $10 to $20. Now it's like 570, whatever dollars. So if you are going to be practicing occult, buy books because Chat GPT and TikTok is not going to help you.
Yeah, that information is not accurate too.
Mm-mm.
Buy books, and if the older the book, the better.
I got some books from the 70s.
Yeah, yeah. See, like you can't see the reason I say the older the better is because in the 70s, everybody who wrote an occult book was a real occultist.
Wait
Now
a minute.
you got somebody who left the church like a year ago and they've been in the occult for like 2 years and then they wrote a book. That's not a good route. But like everybody in the 70s, if they wrote an occult book, they were all the way occult. And they were authentic because back then in the 70s to be an occultist or whatever was like it was taboo, it wasn't a trend. So that's my advice. Get like the older the better. The older the better.
Hmm. True. And even though like people collect books and stuff, if you collect a book, it's worth a lot of money. Don't sell it. Keep it. it's highly vibrational too. You can use that book because it has the energy from, you know, the words in it, the writer that wrote it, the information is it. Don't sell it. Keep
Right. Mhm.
it.
Yep.
Okay. And I did get that book that you recommended, Arabian Nights.
Yeah.
I haven't cracked it open yet. I'm waiting because
Oh man.
I'm trying to finish a series, but when I do, I already know what it's going to be about. So I'm ready.
Oh man. I can't wait to see the secrets that you extract from it.
Okay, so is that a book that has anything to do with love or lust or attraction?
Of course. Do you want me to spoil it?
Just give me a little hint and a clue so I can open it faster.
Well, you know, um, a, 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 a king, his wife cheated on him,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a lot of wives, and he decided to start beheading them
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't want to get cheated on it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And this one woman that he was going to behead started telling him stories, and
Mm-hmm.
she opens up his heart by telling him 1001 stories.
Ooh, I like
So
that
that's
scenario.
all I'm gonna tell you. But that's the love magic right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because if she did not use the stories to get to his heart, she would have been beheaded. So um it's a real deep book because it was the only entertainment system in the Mid East. Right? This is before television and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So this was an entertainment system.
So she had to tell him stories to open his heart chakra to spare her life. So her life literally depended on open his heart chakra. So I don't know. I haven't read it. I can't wait to.
Yes.
But tell me some more.
Tell you some more. Well, you know, there are entities like genies
Mhm,
all over that book. And there's lessons to how to interact with genies, how to interact with people. It's full of how to navigate this world in other dimensions, right? And there's a lot of love stories, a lot of different love stories, right? A
mhm,
lot of passion, right? But one of the interesting things about the Arabian Nights is it it is the book that birthed Western occultism. It is the prerequisite to Western occultism. And sorcerers like Aleister Crowley have said this verbatim.
mhm.
So all of the very first Western occultists acknowledged the Arabian Nights, and a lot of them felt like it should be in place of the Bible. And at one point, it was more popular than the Bible.
Really?
So, yeah, it is a serious occult document.
Okay, I'm gonna link it so y'all can get it too. Okay.
The Arabian Nights, the 1001 Nights.
So does the story of Aladdin come from this?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So now let me tell you this. So the story of Aladdin is in the Arabian Nights, right? Aladdin, Alibaba, and Disney. They took that story and spent off and made their own series because the Arabian Nights was already a very popular entertainment system in the Mideast. Disney was brilliant about that because they already had a culmination of stories to work with that Westerners didn't know about. And just imagine how much money the Aladdin story made Disney, and
That was one
anybody
of
who's made an Aladdin movie.
that was that was one of my favorite stories besides Beauty and the Beast.
Mhm.
Um, because of the magic that was in it.
The magic, right? So, Sinbad, Alibaba, Aladdin. This is all Arabian Nights, and you know that is one of the things that drew me to the Arabian Nights. The book was the Disney series, and it's as a child, I was drawn to the magic that was in it, and this is all um, stemming from the root of Middle Eastern magic and how that region was so immersed in magic.
I studied the occult stuff about it because you could go down the rabbit hole on that, but like the actors and the voiceovers that they chose for, Aladdin and stuff like that is very interesting. But I think like just the names of the actors that they used for the genie character in both the animation and the live, like the Will Smith and then the Robin Williams. I mean, think about that. If you decode names and stuff like that, you'll see like they're trying to give Jinn a certain quality when it comes to like the occult knowledge, as far as the actors that are playing them. The names, if you interpret their names, you'll see what I'm talking about. But like, you already know. I got to tell you.
Yeah.
So how can you how can people, I know you work with the Jinn sometimes, or you do. Are they good in love magic? Because like Aladdin was a love story.
Oh, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? They are good with love magic. So the only catch with Jinn is that as far as morally, they're not that different from humans. So working with Jinn is just like working with a human morally. So they can betray you. They could be very loyal. You don't know what you're going to get until you get to know that thing. So as far as love magic, Jinn, oh, absolutely. Very, very potent magic. Very, very potent.
Okay. So if somebody requested you to work with Jinn on their behalf, could you do that?
I can do it. I just got to do a reading first to make sure it's safe. But yeah, I've done it. I do it all the time.
How do you know it's like, what are you doing your reading? I'm trying to help the people understand, because I know a lot of people are trying to figure it out.
Well,
questions all the time. I'm just asking you now.
Okay, so I work with Jinn, right? This is not one of the Jinn that I work with. This is actually not a genie lamp, but I have genie lamps, right? I have Jinn, and because I have a relationship with these energies, right? Kind of like having a pet. I can ask it if it wants to take on a love working. And it will let me know. Yes, we have ways to know yeses or nos. It'll let me know either yes or hell no. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, I'd love to. And based on that, we will come up with like a price and whatever the offering is. And because it is a Jinn that I work with, whoever the client is, they don't have to worry about anything like not coming through on your word or anything like that, because it's already my Jinn. It's already an energy I work with. So that's how we deal with Jinn.
Can a Jinn approach a person and say, and get them interested in working with them?
Yes, they can. It is highly recommended not to work with a genie by yourself if you are uninitiated in certain practices or you don't know how to navigate those areas. In the Middle East, the people are a lot more versed in genie interactions because in that region, the people cohabitate with those energies a lot more.
So if you're very familiar and you study and you understand and whatever, is it advised? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Is it advised to work with one if you feel like they're going to be the most influential or powerful in your opinion? Because some people, like I see somebody in the comments talking about genies, I'm in the building, because like their ears perk up when they hear that. So why are some people more susceptible to working with the Jinn versus not? Some people that aren't. Like what is it about them? Like
they are
how can they attract Jinn?
You say how what?
How do they attract the jinn?
Um, some people have genie like some people have genie like DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Some genies are very attracted to people with spiritual talent. Genies are they get fascinated with humans that have magical talent sometimes. Genies also can be attracted to humans, physically attracted to humans.
Mm-hmm.
So you got all of that. You know what I'm saying? But humans' attraction to genies a lot of the times is our attraction to the supernatural things that they can do.
Mm-hmm.
They're very, very, very supernatural. And a lot of times us humans, we're like enamored by that.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there is a DNA link, like you said?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think you have one?
I can't answer that.
I'm just asking because I'm observant. Um, so
Oh,
yes, you can. Okay. Uh, yes, but there. I'm reading a book. I don't even know what it's going to lead to, but I'm reading a book that talks heavily about this DNA stuff, and it's the second book in the Witching Hour by Anne Rice. It's Lasher. And I don't know if you read the second book, but it's starting to sound like there's some different types of DNA and other types of beings. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I'm thinking jinn.
Yeah, yeah. I believe in that. I
Hmm.
believe in that. Because we have to have some type of ancient heritage DNA wise, right?
Hmm.
Because we're not the oldest beings here, but we're not the oldest. We come from ancient DNA.
Yeah.
Some of us have this ancient DNA more than others. I believe some of us are like demigods in a sense
Hmm.
because of our blood in our DNA.
Hmm. And it's very taboo to study DNA and links to this and links to that because people say, oh, we're all equal, we're all the same. But I don't think that's true because a lot of people have special talents,
Yeah.
these frequencies, blood
Hmm.
type. And you just can't have, one generic type of person. Everybody's different. And we
Hmm.
all have different qualities, whether it's this or that. So everybody has their own quality. It's just not the same.
I thoroughly agree.
if you're if you're linked with working with certain magical deities,
Mm.
then your career path is literally perfect for you because you can pull it off through your DNA, you know.
I
And so
agree.
a lot of people say, okay, are you a bloodline this, are you a bloodline that? You could be, or you could be a DNA line that. You know what I'm saying? So it's more powerful when you get someone that has links, that has the knowledge that activates the DNA. Because sometimes the knowledge and the consciousness will literally um and
Wake up
wake up
because it's already there.
the DNA that's not activated. Because you could have it, they could have it, but since you have the knowledge to open like the key to the activation, yours opens, but theirs might not.
I agree with that 1,000%. I feel
Mhm.
like if somebody has a DNA link, somebody could just be talking about something, and then boom, everything just remembers it's just because like the DNA has memory, cells have memory, DNA is information. That information just wakes all the way up,
Mhm.
right? It's so deep because like a sperm cell has so much memory embedded in it.
Mhm.
And all the DNA that's passed on from like billions of years that is transmitted, all we got to do is speak something up, and that information remembers itself and it activates in the person. And this is where people get downloads. People just, yeah, I got this download, and they just start dropping information.
Back to our favorite artist of all time, Michael Jackson. Remember the Time. Video, same thing.
Yep.
He comes in there and does his little sprinkle, just, transforms, transmutes, talking about, do you remember? And just
Hmm.
wakes up everybody to their knowledge of self, actually. So I definitely feel like that's true. And I also feel like a lot of people that are in, like you already told me, in the music industry are occultists. And so many people ask me, is everybody in the music industry into the occult? They have to be.
Yeah.
There's no choice. And, a lot of the relationships that you see, they have to literally enforce their relationship with magic, with deities, with archetypes, with love spells in order to keep their stuff together, because so many people are trying to break them apart. So the industry thinks that they can make more money off of this person if they're not with this person. So in order to protect what you have, or to protect your legacy, or to protect your kids, or to protect your relationship, or to protect your career, you have to learn it. You have to indulge in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't play fair in an unfair world.
Right. So it's better to play the occult game now willingly, because this is how things work.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The music industry is an occult industry, like she said. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have a choice.
You have no choice. You either get in or get out. So, what do you think about this lady with the eyebrows and the concealer in Pakistan talking about she needs some money? I
I
know.
don't I don't know what to think about that. I'm
I,
surprised she's still alive. Like, I'm like trying to wrap my head around this. Like,
she is the archetype of let's get this stuff done. Like,
it,
I'm tired. Let's get it done. We finna fix everything. Move out of the way. It's gonna take somebody like me to fix everything over here. We
and
just
it's
all in
work. It seems to be working.
it is. All we needed was a New Yorker with an attitude and a little sprinkle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, people fall in line and they listen to that. That commands attention. That is, someone says, divine feminine energy.
Yeah.
Combined with the confidence and the awareness of self. And when you know who you are, it's over.
Yeah. I actually don't think there's anything that's more powerful than the divine feminine. And this being a 9 year, this is a divine feminine year. So I feel like we're seeing that play out. Like,
Mhm.
with that lady, and I can't wrap my head around it. Like,
Which is why I feel like people need to get that self-love spells or do the self-love work, because
yeah.
she obviously know she love herself and ain't nobody can
Yep.
tell her nothing.
In a whole other country, getting all that attention by herself.
Mhm,
That's the divine feminine,
mhm. And people are just falling in line.
right?
And I don't, like you said, you don't know why, but she does, and that's all that matters.
Hmm.
But honestly, like, that amount of self-love and understanding of self is definitely needed in this day in society. Anybody. So love spells, self-love spells, Valentine's Day, all that energy is going to be harnessed. If y'all want to get work, y'all got to hit up Terraine, because he's going to be doing
Yes. Hit me up.
him and his coven.
That's right.
Yes. So he uses the power of the divine feminine with his coven.
Yep.
So you're going to get that, as well as the Valentine's Day, all the love energy, all that kind of stuff going.
And I'll implore everybody to hit me up now, because don't hit me up next week. I'm starting this weekend so that everything is in place by Valentine's Day for y'all.
Will you,
So
do you have time to do a beach trip for those people that like the beach? Because I know you're a water sign. And I'm not trying to pressure you on. Do you live by the beach?
Well, actually, we're doing our ritual by the beach. We're doing it in Atlantic City.
Okay.
So, we rented out a big mansion to do our love spells. So yeah, we're gonna be at the beach. We're gonna be at the beach. It don't matter how cold it is out here. We from up north. We ain't scared. But yeah, we actually doing it at the beach. Well, some of it. Some of it.
So down here in the South, we have Marty Gras. Can you expand like Carnival? What you think about that?
Carnival?
That Tuesday, Carnival, Mardi Gras. Can you do something with that?
So that energetic, that party energetic, is attached to, believe it or not, the love frequency, right? It's associated with love, money, pleasures. But on the flip side, it's associated with addictions, overindulgence, and things like that. But it's the same energy. It's the same magic. It's all one energy, right? It's associated with the high musical arts, like string instruments, right?
That's so
Um,
that's so interesting.
yeah. So you would use that if you're in that energy. That's a good energy for money and love and relationships. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yep. That's all in alignment.
Yes. I don't know if you watched Interview with the Vampire series, but they used Mardi Gras as like a symbol of all of the things that you just said, and they
Hmm.
made Lestat, the main vampire character, the king of Mardi Gras because
Hmm.
how much he indulged in life. Like he was literally the symbol of Mardi Gras.
Yep.
But then the next day, it's like Ash Wednesday. You got to go, give up something and become very disciplined and da da da. So Mardi Gras is the day to get it all out and to manifest and to just be like free and like all of that kind of stuff. Love, lust, gluttony, like all the stuff you got to get out. That's why they wear masks. So nobody
S-
know who they are.
Some people can exist in that energy every day.
Hmm.
Most can't, but some people can party every single day and they'll be fine.
Back
So
in the day.
some people carry that energetic. You know what I'm saying? Those are very special people.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Well, that was me back in the day before I had kids, but you had to settle down after a while. But I do understand both sides of it because it's like, life is meant to be lived. But then
Hmm.
once you bring life into this world, you got to raise it and create it and fix it right, and make sure it do what it do. And,
Right.
I think it's very important for people to also experience life and not experience it because they're always going to be yearning for it.
So in Pomba Gira science, we call it indulging in the pleasures.
Hmm.
So in this spirituality, it is essential that we indulge in the pleasures of life, not overindulge, but it is absolutely mandatory that we indulge in life's pleasures, right? So a
No,
lot of
somebody
you
said
said
Diddy party. Not
somebody
no
said what?
Somebody said Diddy party. I said not no Diddy party.
Come
That's
on now.
going overboard.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
He was.
But if we don't indulge in life pleasures, we lose our flavor, our swag,
Hmm.
right? If we lose our flavor and our swag, we lose our attraction. We lose our attraction, we become bland. People are unattracted to us. Things become boring.
Hmm.
So it is important to indulge, not all the time, but enough,
That's right.
right? It's very important.
So, what would you say to someone who's out there that's like, I don't have anybody. I'm an introvert. I stay home. I don't do anything. I've never dated. What do you say to them?
Good question. some of these deities, like Lilith,
Mm-hmm.
will break you out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Lilith is a good one. Aphrodite is a good one. Inanna, a very good one. They will, if you are having a hard time, you got a blockage in the area of just being social or whatever, their wisdom and their influence will change who you are as a person, right? Because to everyone who believes that about themselves, there is something inside of you that is dormant, it has to be awakened.
I'm hearing the music in my head right now. Oh nah nah, what's my name?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, listen to
Yep.
her.
Yep.
She will bring it out of you. Like her
Yeah.
songs, definitely. Get you some
Mhm.
Rihanna.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you could tap into that energy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You agree?
Yes.
That
Right.
whole video, if you watch the video, what's my name? I don't know. She's
Yeah.
literally just embracing all the archetypes and the goddesses in that one video.
Yeah, I saw something about that like years ago. And it was breaking down the deities that she was calling on. That was pretty cool.
That might have
Yeah.
been my video.
Yeah, you used to break down a lot of music industry stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's very in touch and in tune with all of that, even though
Mm-hmm.
people don't realize it. But back in the day, yes. And she has that water energy. She's a Pisces too, so she knows. So if you're gonna connect with anything, connect to something that is gonna bring you somewhere that you're comfortable with. Not because some women are like, oh, that's against my culture or that's against my religion. But music can help ease you into it slightly to your own comfort level. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And studying and learning about different gods, goddesses, and archetypes will definitely help you break out of that shell and allow you to enjoy your life. And like you said, indulge a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. Enough.
Because all these goddesses are inside of us. That's one of the things that you teach, is that they're aspects of us.
Exactly. Like
Mm-hmm.
there was a time where, there's a time when people are like super disciplined when they need to get stuff done. And when they get stuff done, you need to let loose a little bit, because if you don't, then you're not going to be able to harness the creativity and the experiences and the frequencies that you need to be creative and create more.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
So how do
Yeah.
you do?
How do I do that?
Yeah, how do you do that? Like as far as being very disciplined and then indulging. How do you keep it balanced?
Damn, that's a good question. I love this question because I work very hard, but after I get work done, I'm very selfish with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking care of nobody but myself because I need to celebrate. I need to feel good. After I feel good and I celebrate, then I can take care of everyone else. But
Mm-hmm.
I have a very strong boundary, right? So I get work out the way. After I get work out the way, don't ask me for nothing. Like I have to come with that fire though, because if I don't, I'm going to neglect myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very strong with that boundary, right? And also the way I see it is whenever I party or celebrate, it's self-care for me,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's my practice of self-care, is me indulging in the enjoyments because I already know that I work very hard and no one else can tell me otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
And that keeps me good.
I think that's healthy, especially for a man, because so many people will probably not give you props or whatever, for certain reasons. But like I said, self-love and self-indulgence is the key to main character energy and to keep yourself going,
Mm-hmm.
to remain powerful as a person. A lot
Yep.
of people see it as other things, being conceited, being full of yourself, being in dark. It's not. It's literally survival for some people.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
do a lot. If you do a lot, if you provide services for a lot of people, and people might not see behind, closed doors, but you're literally putting out your energy for other people's well-being.
Yes.
I do the same thing, but you have to, like someone said in the comments, you got to fill your own cup back
Yeah,
up.
when I first got into this, uh, that wasn't necessarily my mentality, but through the years of experience, then I
Mhm.
learned if I'm going to continue in this career, I got to love on myself more,
Mhm.
or I'm not going to be in this career long because I will just burn out. So, yeah, I resonate with what you're saying.
And I feel that's very important because we know ourselves best. So we know what we like best, and we know what makes us feel, the way we need to feel. Nobody else. So that's why
Right.
we need to do that. And also, if people want to join in and celebrating you, teach them how, by how you treat yourself.
That too.
Hmm.
So, when you move the way that we're speaking, you by your actions you teach people how to love on themselves because they will learn from you and emulate that.
Hmm.
They'll see an example of how they probably should move instead of just giving all their energy away.
That's why I think this lady in Pakistan is the wake up call to a lot of people to love themselves, because a lot of people are
Yeah.
saying, why is she still alive? Why
Hmm.
does self-love is a huge vibration.
Mm. That's deep. That's deep.
It is. And like you said, she's from New York, the Big Apple. The Big
Hmm.
Apple. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the frequency of it all
Hmm.
is
Yep.
what's happening. And I don't know, Pakistan, you could do that. You could do with that with what you want. But either way, she's putting out a huge major frequency
Hmm.
on
Yeah, yeah.
self-worth.
That's true. Hey, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And it can't be competed with.
Mm-hmm. So how do you
It's
feel about
evident.
alcohol?
Spirits. So alcohol is very powerful, in most movies someone's drinking alcohol somewhere. So that's something to think about. But
I like wine.
oh yeah, yeah, I'm a wine person. You
Mm-hmm.
know, um I have a thing for really expensive wine.
Mm-hmm.
It helps me tap into my spirit and it helps me go into trance faster,
Mm-hmm.
right? But alcohol is a good way to tap into the spirit realm. You know,
Favorite ancient Greek god or goddess? Both of you. Who's your
uh
favorite?
Aphrodite all day.
You said Aphrodite. That's the
Hmm.
goddess of love and beauty, right?
Yep.
Venus. Venus.
Yep. That's the only Greek entity I work with.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, I definitely I like the stories of a lot of Greek goddesses and gods, but definitely I do relate to the same one, Aphrodite.
Hmm.
But I like the stories of other ones because there's so much repeated throughout history, and also they derive from other stories. So it's just like they came from ancient Kemet to
Hmm.
Greece, to biblical stories, and probably to movies. So
Yeah, and then that's that. All of this stuff launch Marvel and all of that stuff. That all that stuff come from it. It transferred. It's information transfer. Now you got Marvel Universe.
mhm. Who do you think Doctor Strange is in comparison to these deities? Like, who would he be most like?
I don't know. I don't.
He was a skeptic at first. He like was brought down to his lowest point and then reawakened to learn how to wield magic. And he made a deal with he made a deal to do something and stop something. I don't know. Like he's associated with the multiverse as well.
In the way you broke it down, I would say maybe Eshu.
Mm-hmm.
You know, interdimensional. You know what I'm saying? Energetically could be a skeptic, or could just sway left or right.
Mm-hmm. And his colors are like red and blue. Or
Red and blue.
red and dark blue. That could be something. That's like a balance.
Yeah.
And the sigils that he wields with his hands and his magic. He's a fast learner. He was a surgeon and a doctor.
A surgeon and a doctor. That's a healer, medicine person.
But he lost use of his hands in an accident. So all he had was this afterwards. I'm thinking Ptah.
Ptah? Oh yeah, I forgot about Ptah.
And he fathered other deities. But he was first a physician.
So it's a couple of deities I feel like is in that category.
Mm-hmm.
And they are green. The green entities in like ancient African science. Several.
Okay, so name a few.
Osine. Osine is one. Very ancient, powerful energy. Ochosi is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got more indigenous, or not indigenous, but like tribal energies, right? Another energy was called Sechi Flechas.
Mm-hmm.
It's another one. All medicine energies, but interdimensional. They could travel to and fro the realms, and you know a lot of medicine secrets. So that's what the doctor surgeon thing.
Do you believe that? Okay, this is a weird question, but do you believe that people can be influenced or quote unquote possessed by an entity to speak to you and offer you something that normally wouldn't happen? Because like I had this weird experience like years ago. When someone offered me something out of nowhere, and it was just very strange and out of place, but it seemed like it was spiritually connected. Have you ever had that happen to you?
All the time. I feel like the deeper that you get into the occult, the more that is that becomes more of a normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are connecting with entities, they're going to connect to you through people.
Okay, so I was just asking because like years ago, this Arab man, this is when I was literally studying like jinn and more, he approached me outside of a Starbucks and he said, "I have a medicine ball. It's a drink. Would you like it? I have an extra one.
Mm-hmm.
It's free." And I'm sitting there with someone. This is a true story. I'm sitting there with someone that I'm about to make a deal with that I shouldn't have been making a deal with. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like deep in my heart, they was scamming me. And so that person that was offering me a medicine ball kind of jolted me back into reality to cut whatever I was doing and just say, you know what, I'm going to email you later and we could discuss this later. So even though I didn't take whatever he was giving me, I stopped whatever deal I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it was good or bad, but like it literally stopped me in my tracks from making a deal that I probably shouldn't have made, you know. And it was like giving out personal information. It could have been a scam, you know.
Yeah.
And it was literally right before COVID.
You you gonna read about that that exact exchange in the Arabian Nights. I can't wait till you read it.
What?
Yeah.
And the eye contact was unreal.
Mm. Yeah, so my first studies of the jinn, as I would read about them
Mhm.
or even speak about them, a lot of those type of situations. You know what I'm saying? I'll speak about a jinn, I'll read, I'll go outside, and then I'm like, no, there's no way in hell this person is human. And then it's always a conversation or some type of deal, right? Whether
Mhm.
it's good or bad, it's like this person don't appear to be human. They want to make a deal with me.
And the funny thing is, I was sitting there with a guy, and this other guy comes up to me. Like, what if that was my man? Like, how you be up all in my face, making eye contact, talking about, are you sure? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, sir,
Yeah.
I hear you. But the whole point is like, that's why I want to read that book so bad. And like you said, if I see something like as an example, I'm going to probably connect. But
Mhm.
honestly, I think some people just know because it's crazy how that happened. And
Yeah.
a lot. Okay, so this person is saying, how do you deal with working with so many entities? I work with a lot of spirits, water and graveyard spirit, angels. How do you deal with all of them?
Good question. Well, I was born like this. Like I
Born by
can't
the
help it.
You was born by the river.
But no, I can't help it. When I'm into the stuff that I'm into, I'm not trying to be into anything. I can't help it. So it's normal for me. It's in my astrological chart, if anybody believes in that, home for me is in the occult, and it is into deep, deep, deep spirituality. And if I'm not immersed in that, I will go crazy. So I have to be immersed with dealing with so many spirits in order to feel normal.
Yeah, agree. I feel the same way. If I didn't know about the occult, I would probably be like just looking stupid. I talked to my daughter the other day about my journey into the occult and how it stemmed because she had a similar experience the other day. And I was so glad that I had the knowledge to help her because my mom didn't, you know. And it sent me on you know, a journey. But since I had the information and the knowledge just to give her, she now can start her journey at a higher level. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so I feel like that is the blessing that we have by doing this work. We're
Yes.
passed on the knowledge so other people can expound upon it. And
Right.
there's no other way. There's no other way for certain people.
Right.
And the knowledge and the energies and all that, they're all literally working together. They all work together. It's like when you look under a microscope and you see all the things working together in a cell, it's the same thing.
I agree. Mhm. Yep.
Okay, so must reads on spirits and deities and gods. I don't know. Do you have any book recommendations?
The Arabian Nights.
Arabian Nights. You
Hey,
want to hear?
that's my joint. That's my song.
My daughter had to play the person that sang that song in the play Aladdin. She was the Agrabah. She
Oh,
had to sing.
Agrabah.
She had to sing Arabian Nights.
Yeah, I had an Arabian Nights ceremony in September.
Hmm.
It was an Arabian Nights Oud ceremony. It was so cool. And I was playing the Arabian Nights all night. Yeah, doing magic. It was cool.
So, can we talk more about indulgence and selfishness and how to transmute shame into sexiness?
Okay.
Okay, you can start. I'll finish that. I'm gonna
All
take a little.
right. So
I'm gonna
um
go on mute. I'm gonna take a little break to the, I'm gonna put you on mute for a second, but
Okay, no problem.
oh, you can keep talking.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, indulgence, right? Okay. So the thing is that if we don't indulge in pleasures, our fire energy goes down, our passion energy goes down, our excitement, right? Our desire and our ability to be desired goes down. Our flavor goes down. Our swag goes down. Our spice goes down. The colorfulness of yourself goes down. Your creativity goes down. Your sexuality goes down. If you don't engage in indulge in pleasures, you become swagless, right? The energy or the energetic of the old hag is a real archetype. And you become ugly. So it's like jump into that fiery passion and indulgence, or energetically become an old hag. That's a real energetic. And then that energetic of the old hag, it is the energetic of a witch who is jealous and miserable.
I know a few of them.
So that's an energy you don't want to. You want to stay away from that, especially as you are getting older, right? So that's one of the ways to alchemical ways to retain your youth is to indulge in the enjoyments.
How do
So
you indulge? Besides,
how do
yes. How do you indulge?
how do I? I mean, I have to I gotta have fun regularly,
Mm-hmm.
right? The minute I feel bored, we have a problem.
Right.
Right? So I am liable to jump on the plane any day of the week. Right? Or I'm liable to just go and have no plan of where I'm going. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta continue to move around.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I try to stay away from alcohol as I'm getting older, but
Mm-hmm.
I gotta have me a nice cigar once in a blue. It's
Mm-hmm.
like very important for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So whatever, like a cigar really is doing it for me though. You know what I'm saying? A cigar is not that healthy, but it's my pleasure,
Mm-hmm.
right? So whatever is your pleasure, that's what you're indulging in,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And I have the same thing, but different. Like I stopped drinking altogether for like years. And like every once in a while I'll enjoy a glass of wine or a couple of glasses of wine. That's it. That's my indulgence. Or like spending money or going on a vacation, like you said. But
Yeah.
not on a daily basis, but it has to be special. So maybe,
Mhm.
whenever I feel the need or to indulge. It's not
Mhm.
everything because that's a habit.
Mhm. And I play these little games these mental games with myself. So like once a month, I used to just go to a really, really expensive hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I would just book me a really expensive hotel and treat myself for like a day or two. Once per month. So I'll just work hard, work hard, work hard, and then splurge. Buy me a nice outfit, go to a really expensive hotel, eat very good. After 2 days of that, I'm back to working hard. So that was a very healthy way for me to feel like I was indulging in pleasures.
Yeah. Because sometimes, like, you got to splurge on yourself in order to allow that frequency for other people to splurge on you.
Right. Right. Because you're attracting that.
Right.
You are saying energetically, I am worthy to be splurged on.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta enact that ritual.
And so many people don't understand this. Like,
Mm.
and look, even if you use, or even if someone else is nice enough to splurge on you and you embrace it and you let it be known, then it's the same thing. It's the same energy. Other people are going to know that you're worth being splurged upon.
That's right.
Hmm. Okay, someone asked, and we're going to wrap it up in a few minutes after this, but let me answer this last question. How do
Okay.
you, your spiritual path, every spiritualist I work with says I'm supposed to do work, no idea which path, century or 21 derisions, Hindu, whatever. So how do you choose your spiritual path? You can answer it now.
I love that question. If you speak to any priest of any religion or spirituality, they're going to try to sell you on their path. The way that you know that it's for you is that that path is going to be speaking to you directly. It is going to magnetically pull you to it. That's how you know it's for you. No one needs to sell you or tell you anything. You know, you can feel it. That's how you know.
Okay. Since we're occultists, or you're an occultist, many paths call. So if you're able to do that easily, that's how you know. But if you are attracted to one specifically, that's where you go.
I like your answer. Yeah, I like that.
Like all of them, because
Yeah,
they're all rooted in the same thing. And as occultists, we like to solve the issue, the problem, and see how it came from one place and how it sprouted out.
yep,
All paths lead back to the same thing.
yep.
So doesn't matter which path you go on, go to the one that attracts you the most, because that's where you're going to stay the longest, to figure out that they're all connected and that's all the same, in my opinion.
Mhm. True.
Mm-hmm. You said, can love rituals backfire? Okay, so
Mm.
we're gonna wrap it up in a few minutes because I don't know how long you want to be on here, but we talk about these love rituals for Valentine's Day. People are asking questions. Do they
Okay.
do they backfire, and how can they get in touch with you to get something done?
It won't backfire if I do it because I'm gonna do a reading to see if I can do it. Right. So that's one of the reasons I do the reading, because some things can backfire. But you text me description of what you want, your name, picture, I'll let you know if I could do it. In my case, it won't backfire because we're getting the green light before we proceed.
Now let me ask you a question. If someone has something little shady in society's eyes, that's why you do the reading, because it could work or it might not work.
Exactly.
You don't judge.
It don't judge. Right.
You let the reading do the work.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's right.
So if somebody wants somebody's husband and they say, do a reading, I want to get this work done, and it comes out in a positive light, it's like, okay, well, they're not going to stay together anyway, so you might as well get in where you fit in. You
Or
might
that might be your soulmate, and the wife might be cheating. So the reading will let us know that.
exactly.
Right.
So you don't judge.
Right.
You just
Right.
let the reading do what the reading do.
Exactly.
It's not black and white all the time.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So y'all get in contact with Terraine if y'all want
Yes.
work done for this Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Okay.
Hit me up.
Just put your number in again, 917
605
605. Y'all can text
1469. Hit me up now.
that. I'm put this so many times. I need to text you. You got you.
You said what?
I'm gonna text you for something else.
Okay.
All right. A little business venture. A little business.
Yeah. We could do that. We could let's do that.
So okay, so do you have any words to share with the people upon our parting?
Yeah. So do not skip to do something for Valentine's Day. Do something, especially because we in a 9-year, you know what I'm saying? Valentine's Day is on a Friday, right? So that's Venus energy Friday. So do something, but prepare for it this weekend, right? And if y'all hit that love portal on February 14th and do something, y'all gonna be very happy because I know the energy is really gonna hit. So that's all I want to say.
Okay, I'm gonna do something, and I'm gonna make a lot of, you know, magical workings happen in my behalf because I know the power and the energy and, like you said, the numbers and all that kind of stuff that goes in with Valentine's Day. All the people thinking about love and manifesting, all the people wearing red and pink and just thinking about their loved ones and romance. So if also self-love, if you want to get in on that energy and that frequency, you got to tap in on Valentine's
That's
Day,
right.
not Side Chick Day, okay? But the 14th. All right.
Right.
All right. Even though some of y'all are side chicks, at least know what you gotta do on Valentine's Day. So you don't have to be side chick day no more. Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Terraine,
All
for
right.
joining us and teaching us and telling us all this stuff. And I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. And I hope these people are able to reach
You,
you and get spells,
you
rituals.
too. All right, no doubt. Peace.
Okay, y'all. So thank y'all so much for joining. We're getting ready. I'm getting ready to go. Terraine already left. If y'all have got his phone number, all his information is in the description bar. If y'all want to contact him, whatever y'all got to do. For me, y'all know I'm crazy. The whole point of Valentine's Day, in my opinion, is to understand where you stand. Where do you stand in your relationship or your own life? You know, it's a lot of energy there. If you go outside of the grocery store, the floral shop, you're going to see all these people walking in and out, buying stuff, strawberries, chocolate covered strawberries. Make your own. You know, when you make your own chocolate covered strawberries, you can literally put magic in that. All you got to do is get the little chocolate round discs that they sell, heat it up in a microwave safe container, get your little strawberries and dip them. You can put whatever you need to put in that chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkle, sprinkle. And feed your man them chocolate covered strawberries because those are all aphrodisiacs. And you know, just make a list of all the foods that are aphrodisiacs, all the scents, the incense, the oils, and that's what you do. Okay. Um, and wear red. Okay, I know pink is beautiful. I love pink. But red is the color of Valentine's Day. If you're celebrating Galentine's Day, yes, you can wear your pink. If you're celebrating with family members, wear your pink. But if you're celebrating with a significant other, a partner, a man, or whatever, you got to wear red, you know, because like pink is unconditional love, higher frequency love. But red gets you, especially red wine. That's what I've been drinking. That's why this apothic crush, yes. Red and red roses get you on that level. I don't normally indulge that much with, you know, but, you know, every once in a while I do. So get you some red wine, wear you a red outfit, and you should be good. Get you some red roses or have them get you some red roses. Wear you some red lips. And pink is more for Valentine's Day, you know, and girly stuff. But if you're with a significant other, you need to be wearing red. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Adding more red to your closet, yes. I have lots of red pieces, but I only wear it when I need to wear it. You know what I mean? All women need a red dress, a red lipstick, and some red lingerie. All women. If you don't got it, go get it. If and some red shoes. If you don't have red shoes, red lingerie, or a red dress or a red lipstick, you are lacking as a woman. Go get it. Something's wrong with you. You're not complete. Now, I got my pink on today because but initially I had on all that red. And men love the color red, believe me. Every person, every man that you ask, what color should I wear? What color should I wear? What color nails should I get? What color lingerie should I wear? What color dress should I wear? Most of the time, they're going to say red. Most of the time, they're going to say red. That's all. It's like clockwork. You already know what they're going to say. You give them an option. Should I wear this dress or this dress? You hold up that red dress, they're going to say the red. Okay, your boyfriend hates red, then wear it even more because sometimes people hate red because it ignites something in them that they don't want to show you. It makes them vulnerable. So wear it anyway. If a man is telling me they don't like something, I'm going to wear it because I know they're hiding something. Just like a man says they don't like women that wear makeup and hair, but that's all they're following. Don't believe the hype. Understand the power of red. Okay. Who cares what they say? How do they react and respond? And it's funny because I'm sitting here wearing pink, but y'all have seen me in my red. Every time, y'all see me being clipped and put on TikTok or whatever, they always put my lips red. Even if I don't have on red lipstick, they will Photoshop that, AI that stuff to have me looking like a Who from Whoville, as long as my lips are red, because my signature lipstick literally is red. That's like my signature look. So I definitely feel like women that wear red are unapologetic. They said what they said. Very powerful, very seductive. And people literally pay attention. So if you're having trouble, like if you're an introvert or if you're very shy, wear red more. Indulge in red wine. Surround yourself with red roses. Wear rose oil. Stuff like that. So if you have trouble coming out of your shell, red will definitely help you. I have a whole makeup bag full of red lipsticks, red lip liners, whatever you got, everything. I have so much red stuff. It's crazy because I know it works. And I think people that have not experienced red should definitely at least try it out and see how different things are. It's literally the color of power, life, like because blood, survival. It's like attracts your eye automatically in a room full of neutrals. So have you ever heard of like the color theory of like the red theory, where everything in your visual is like blah, and then you see the color red, and that's what you focus in on. So if you want to attract, wear the color red because in a room full of blues, blacks, golds, burgundies, and grays, the color red is going to attract the attention the fastest. Okay. That's where your eye is literally going to go, no matter what you try. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, we're gonna read some of these questions and then we're gonna go. You said that's why heart symbols are red when our blood and heart are closer to blue. Red light therapy. I promise y'all, red will never fail you. Now, there was a time where red to me was a little bit too much, and I stopped wearing it for a long time. Only because I got so much attention from it that it was overwhelming. So there was a time where I stopped wearing red for a while until I realized that how powerful it was, and I just, I brought it back in, But sometimes red can literally be very overpowering if you are, using it for attraction. So also understand that if you are using red to attract, if you are using red to bring in attention, make sure you're ready for it. Okay, because some people are like, I don't know how to feel about this, and I don't know, I'm getting too much attention. Make sure you're ready for the attention that you're going to get if you should wear red. Okay. What crystals go with Valentine's Day? Rose quartz, carnelian, clear quartz, of course, pink sapphire, if you have such a thing. Also, like any red stone, like ruby. There's a stone. I forgot the name of it, but it's like really good. It depends on what you're trying to attract. Also, it also depends on what you're trying to attract. But carnelian, ruby, pink quartz, rose quartz. What does it mean when women are trying to wear black a lot? It means one or two things. They're trying to hide, or they are. I know when I wore black, it was for two reasons. One, you feel very powerful because it's like one of the colors of the occult. Okay, so if you're wearing it for witchy reasons, that's one thing. But if you're not a witch or you're not, into the occult and you wear a lot of black, it's to hide. It's like a cloak. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. I wore black a lot. I wore black for many years. I was a mortician, so I had to literally wear black every day for years. I wore black before that because, I wanted to look slimmer, of course. But once I realized, that, and I'm only, if I wear black now, it's literally for protective reasons or because, the outfit looks good. But colors or different colors, create different frequencies. So black absorbs all frequencies and all colors. So it's very powerful. So depending on why you wear it, because all is mental, depending on why you wear it is what you're going to vibrate. Okay. So it has to be mental first. Your mental activates everything. So if you're wearing black for spiritual reasons, if you're wearing black for other reasons, your mind is literally going to activate that frequency of whatever you're wearing to do what it got to do. Because people wear things for different reasons. And nothing activates anything. Nothing gives meaning to anything but the mind. So whatever you choose to wear, make sure you're mentally connected with it. And that's the energy you're going to give off. Okay, so if you got a red dress and you're putting your seductive energy into it, and you're listening to sexy music while you're getting dressed and getting ready and putting on your red lipstick and wearing your red dress and, surrounding yourself with red roses and drinking your red wine, and you're creating, focus on love and lust and stuff, that's what you're going to be vibrating, So it's all mental, but it is also vibrational. And the color red to other people is also mental. So when another person sees red, what do they think? How do they feel? Does their heart rate go up when they see you? And if so, do you have the advantage over someone else? You said just popped in to say hi. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Timeless Tea. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes. So put that red in your wardrobe, even if it's just a lipstick or a shirt or something. Put it in your wardrobe and you're going to see a difference in something. I bust out the red every now and then. All right. Like, I have on this little headband, but I'm trying to fix my bangs. You said red matte lips. Yes. Most iconic lipsticks are red. And if you look at most of the flags, they all have like a lot. Most flags for different countries have red in it. Red is just a very powerful color. It's a very attention-getting color. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go because we've been on here long enough. But wear what makes you feel how you want to feel. But Valentine's Day, if you're thinking about wearing pink, because I know a lot of women's signature color is pink, wear like a hot pink. Don't like this. This is giving Glinda the Good Witch. But if you're gonna wear a pink, wear a darker pink or a hot pink or like a really luscious pink. Don't do like something pale like this. This is just, this is like higher mind, higher frequency, unconditional. But if you're going to do a pink, do a pink. You know what I'm saying? Do a pink. Not something that resembles almost something super pale or white, but do like a dark pink, a fuchsia pink, a magenta pink, or something like that. Something closer to red. All right. I'm gonna let y'all go. People ask me about burgundy or maroon. Okay. My opinion, not fact, but my opinion. All right. So we have this wine bottle here. This is more burgundy or maroon, right? You see that, right? Y'all see that? You see that color? All right. Now, then we have this red color. You see how much more vibrant that is? Keyword is vibrant. Vibrant. Can you repeat after me? Vibrant. 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 When something is not vibrant, it's dead. What's the color of old blood that's not pumping or living anymore? Vibrant. You want to look vibrant, not dead, not still, not old. Okay. Now, I love me a maroon lipstick. I love maroon in the wintertime. Winter means death. but you need you need vibrancy. If you can mix your maroon with a red to come up with something in the middle, maybe you'll have something. But maroon and red are two totally different things. Okay. As a mortician, I'm going to tell y'all, maroon is dead. Maroon means shipwreck. Maroon on the island. You can't get nowhere. Okay? Red, baby. Mix it up if you have to, but make it more red. Like, okay, so like we have the Cartier red. We got Cartier red. It's like a dark red. But it's still red. It's not the brightest red, but it's a darker red. If you don't like bright reds, go for a little bit darker red or a richer red, if anything. But maroon literally is like kaput. You don't want to do that. If you're a man and you see maroon, what are you thinking? Think about this. Sometimes from a male's perspective, different colors invoke different things. Red is literally exciting. Maroon is literally dead, old, dried up. You don't want that. Okay. Okay. So someone said grandma. But incorporate red into it. Like if you love maroon and that's your color, just mix it up with a bright red and just make something in the middle. You said, what about red nails that makes you look older? Well, and depending on what you're using those red nails for, you don't have to wear red nails every day of your life. But if there's a special occasion that you want red nails for, wear them. Okay. And red nails probably make you look old depending on what outfit you're wearing. If you're wearing something that doesn't make you look old, red nails are not going to make you look old. So for example, if you have on a red dress, red heels, or whatever, and red nails, that's not going to make you look old. It's going to make you look red. So, but if you were to wear it with something like blah, it might. But remember, if you're going to do something for a reason, make sure you know the reason, and you make sure it doesn't make you look a certain way. You said red nails are the hottest nails. Men go crazy every time. Yes, they do. I don't, I've always, they like one or two things. Like every time I've ever asked a man, what color nails do you like? They always say two things: French or red. It's either one of those two, and it's mostly red. They always say red or French, red or French, red or French. That's it. There ain't no in between. Why do we get our nails other colors? Because we're getting our nails done for ourselves. But if you're trying to ignite passion or, whatever, you need to do either one of them. Red probably is the best. French, red or French. That's always what men want. So if you're trying to do a love spell or get somebody in your embrace, you do red nails. French is more like classy when they want to take you to meet the family, but red is more like erotic. And I used to get red nails a lot. Like if you go back on my channels for like years and years back, I used to wear red nails a lot. And I really liked all the different shades of red that I could choose from. So if you're really trying to get the attention, if you're really trying to invoke that energy, get you some red nails, especially for Valentine's Day. Okay. Especially if you're trying to attract someone, or if you're in a new relationship or whatever. Red is your color. Okay. Well, I'm getting ready to go, so I'll see y'all soon. If y'all want any of those links, okay, hold on one second. Do you have to learn the occult and witchy things in order to be mostly sexually powerful? Ty 97. Okay. I'm going to tell you my secret. It helps a lot. It's not necessary, but let's just say it gives you an advantage. All right. Let's just say it gives you a major advantage. It's not necessary because there's women that do, you know, what they do without it, but it gives you an advantage. Just put it that way. So you don't have to, but it gives you a major advantage. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just think about this. A girl that knows and a girl that don't know. One has a more advantage. One has a more powerful advantage than the other. Okay. You said yes because the brain is the most sexy organ. Knowledge is power. Yeah. And think about this, y'all. Like the more you know, the more you can use the power of suggestion, the more you can, you know, attract, because your mind and your eye, like males are visual creatures. So the color red is going to hone them in as far as attention. And a lot of women say, how can I stand out in a crowd? How can I stand out in a crowd? Red, man. Now, doing too much red, it's like doing too much, but just red in a classy way. That's what you need. All right. Someone said the Scarlet Witch. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all, I'm getting ready to go. Thank y'all. Oh, when I was getting ready to go, someone asked a question and they donated, so I had to answer. But if y'all are wanting to ask a question, hopefully I have my Patreon linked in the description bar. If y'all need to get a hold of Terraine, who was here earlier, all his information is in the description bar. So in my Amazon suggestion list of all the items that I probably talked about, it should be linked in the description bar if y'all are looking for the links or whatever. Okay. Well, good luck to y'all this Valentine's Day season. Make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe if y'all are new. If y'all aren't, thank y'all for being here. Shout out to my day ones. And I'll see y'all later.